If you look closely at the architecture of a human nervous system and then map the logistics of a global supply chain, you start to notice something strange. They solve problems the exact same way. Every discipline that has ever taken survival seriously, whether it's engineering, ecology, or the military, eventually arrives at the exact same 4 foundational questions. They dress them up in different vocabulary. This matrix shows the convergence between these fields. Everyone is asking how to maintain continuity, how to create redundancy, how to avoid single points of failure, and how to remain functional under stress. A doctor calls this homeostasis. A financial analyst calls it liquidity buffers. Survival in these systems relies on a shared architecture. These 4 questions remain constant regardless of the specific discipline or the scale of the organization. The danger today is that modern organizations try to answer these 4 questions in total isolation. They build highly specialized departments that only look at their own specific domain. Real disruptions cross boundaries. A SCADA network breach doesn't stay confined to IT. It quickly triggers a physical production halt. This halt provokes a financial payroll crisis. Within days, that lack of liquidity creates an institutional authority vacuum. If a defensive framework only asks survival questions within a single operational silo, it is structurally guaranteed to fail when a crisis arrives from the outside. The Aquarian Systematic Resilience framework was developed to move past those silos, replacing isolated defenses with a unified architectural approach. This diagram illustrates ASR's core mechanism, the 6 sovereign layers. It requires an organization to ask those 4 universal questions simultaneously across its physical, digital, human, institutional, geographic, and financial domains. You have to solve for the physical muscle, the digital nerves, and the financial velocity at the same time. This mirrors the behavior of a real-world threat, which attacks the entire system at once. This breadth allows the defense to match the actual footprint of a modern disruption, accounting for how failures jump between different domains. Standard crisis management relies on waiting for a disaster to hit and then frantically assembling a response. Resilience is engineered long before the sky falls. The fatal flaw in the conventional model is the reliance on central command. Detecting a crisis and waiting for executives to authorize a solution requires communication, the exact thing that fails under maximum pressure. The ASR doctrine dictates that all critical response protocols must be pre-positioned. They are built, tested, and locked in long before any disruptive event occurs. When systems go down, pre-authorized degraded condition procedures take over. They bypass the need for central command entirely, activating autonomously based on predetermined triggers. Relying on human heroism and improvised management is a systemic vulnerability. Survival requires engineered, permissionless firewalls that snap into place without asking for help. To build those firewalls, we have to move past abstract theories and treat survival as a measurable engineering specification. The net Fragility Matrix is a diagnostic tool, scoring every operational node across 6 dimensions of risk, rating them from 0 to 1. This locates the hidden pivot dominoes, vulnerabilities with the exact leverage to trigger an irreversible cascade. Without mathematically scoring that fragility, corporate capital allocation for resilience is little more than expensive guesswork. Once the vulnerabilities are quantified, they are held against a specific engineering benchmark for continuous operation, the 72-hour survival window. The parameters are absolute. Pre-positioned protocols must sustain autonomous operations for 3 full days without external command, outside supply chains, or digital connectivity. Meeting this benchmark has a direct financial consequence, which we measure using the Sentinel risk value. This chart shows the Sentinel risk value formula in action. It translates theoretical architecture into a concrete return on investment for capital allocators. In this energy grid case, a $1.4 million investment avoided a $111 million loss. This makes continuity an investable, defensible architecture. It is built in the quiet, methodical moments before the storm arrives. The questions are universal, but the methodology to answer all of them simultaneously belongs to the Aquarian Systematic Resilience framework, founded by Brigadier Syed Abid Shah.